What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the local meta report here in St. Louis, Missouri. I, of course, am Brad, aka the mayor of Lorcana and co-host of the Rules of Villainy podcast. I've been gone for a couple of weeks. I want to give a special shout out to Andy for continuing this video series in my absence while I had to go off and get married. So excited about that, but also excited to be back here in front of the camera and bringing you the latest and greatest in Disney Lorcana winning decks here in St. Louis from week to week. We are in the last week of the set championship season, and we have three winning decks from this weekend to wrap up winter spell before we go off into Wilds Unknown. So I got those three decks for you here tonight. Again, thank you to Andy for keeping this going. Let's jump into the first one. All right, our very first deck of the week comes to you by Rules of Villaini's own Kristen, getting it done at the Game Night Set Championship in a field of 24 with horses on ice. This is an Amethyst Steel Challenger deck. It's all the pieces you're used to seeing in Amethyst Steel. It's horses on ice because it centers itself around this big, beefy, absolute unit of a card, Mayor Wind Dancer. He's a 4-cost unequal 5/7 that just invites you to run however many characters of yours into taking him out. You can't sing a Strength of a Raging Fire on him unless you have a loaded board of characters, and it takes a couple Thunderbolts and some characters. It's just so much, and if you're foolish enough to leave any damage on him, he can be paired, of course, with the Cheshire Cat Inexplicable. That it's kind of funny to me she's running 3. I think that's a 4 of card and all purple decks right now, but that got me distracted there. But no, the moving damage turn after turn, so he can hold up to 6 damage before he's banished, but the Cheshire Cat can just keep picking it away. Just absolute insane. If you don't want to dance with Mayor Wind Dancer, that's where the ice comes in. Isis Vanderchill is another 4-cost unequal at 4/4, another just well-statted character, and she exerts a character when she's played. So if you don't want to dance with Mayor Wind Dancer, she'll just say, here, allow me, and he'll dance with you. But anyway, yeah, the rest of the deck, it's like I said, some toys in there with Pocahontas for a little bit of aggro, the Sword of Hercules, a magical maneuvers to force exert as well. The Pluto I found to be inspired as well. It is a card that comes out. It can banish an item, one of the few cards right now that's playable that can do that in a field where Chromacons and junior guidebooks exist and such that not a lot of item hate comes in. I know Blurple's been doing Wasabi, but Pluto comes out and makes steel characters gain lore when they challenge as well. So not only do you have to worry about that from Calhoun, but now you have to worry about that from several other cards as well. So just a really good deck. She piloted to perfection into a finals with another Rules of Villainy member, Megan. Proud to see both of them there in the finalist seats. But even when Mayor Wind Dancer came out, Megan's response was, cool. Now what? What am I going to do about this? And he proved to be too much. But congratulations to both of them. Congratulations to Kristen for getting this done. You are an amazing player, and I love seeing what you do with this deck week after week. So congratulations once again. Let's move on to the next one. All right, our second deck of the week comes to you by way of Andy, the other half of Grapes, getting it done today at Trading Card Market with Gravy Dogs. It is an Amber Emerald Dogs deck, of course, one of the best to do it in the area. I was actually surprised yesterday when he had a Gravy deck that was, I think, Amethyst Steel, but not a single dogs in the field yesterday at game night. And then, of course, he brought it back today at Trading Card Market, and no surprise, he found himself in the finale, the finals. But the Clarabelle is for some spice, some Perfect Gentleman for some draw there as well. The Amber Champion is great, giving all your Amber characters a little bit of extra willpower, but more importantly, allowing him to solo sing what used to be a beautiful song, Under the Sea, is now a horrifying song that I don't want to hear in Disney Lorcana. So stop playing it, please. I'm kidding. But yeah, an absolutely crucial deck to protect all of his low-cost characters on the board, and being able to sing it super early with the Tramp, the Mickey Mouse, or singing together the Under the Sea just can absolutely decimate a lot of boards. So he found success there. I know his final match was against Blurple, and I think he was actually generous enough to give the playmat to the second place player, Ryan, who didn't have one yet. So shout out to both of those guys. Congratulations to Andy to getting it done. I think in a field of 18, 19 at last time I looked. I don't remember, but I wasn't there, unfortunately. So one more time, congratulations. Let's move on to the final deck of the week. All right, our final deck of the week comes to you by way of Tom out at the Underground Dojo in Collinsville with New School Steel Song, an amber steel deck with a little bit of Tom spice, favoring the Horseman Strikes over a fourth Goliath there. It does get rid of an evasive and draw you a card, but the removal I don't think is really necessary with the 4 of strength and the 4 of Thunderbolt there. We have the hamster shift line. We have the underdog angel as well as the legendary angel to hurl snowballs at you. Doc to refill those snowballs over and over again while Chief Pow Pow protects them as a 5/5 bodyguard. So, yeah, very good deck. Congratulations to Tom. I believe it was a field of 10 if I didn't say that already. Great player and deserving. So, shout out to you. Congratulations again. That's going to do it. That's going to wrap up my first meta report back, but also probably the last meta report for Winter Spell. Unless we have some spicy decks in the locals this week, we'll probably take a break for a little bit, but nothing meta defining anymore when it's about to change. Wilds Unknown, May 8th. Cannot wait to open those. But want to give a special shout out to everybody for as always, for supplying your decks, allowing me to talk about them, celebrate you, celebrate the stores, the game in general, each and every week. Couldn't do the videos without you guys, obviously. So very much a big part of it and very much appreciate you. All of you tuning in week after week. Thank you so much. I'm glad you enjoy this content. I enjoy making it. Shout out to Andy for the last 2 weeks for getting it taken care of. Appreciate you, brother, for doing that. He loved it so much. He gave you the outro twice last week, guys. So think about that. But yeah, that's it. Please, if you do like this kind of content, please like, subscribe, hit the bell for notifications for any kind of Rules of Villainy content. Of course, we are a podcast. We drop new episodes every Friday. So be sure to check those out. And yeah, I think that's it. And you may or may not see me on another video outside of the podcast before the next meta report in Wilds Unknown, but we'll see. No promises. But if you're local, come play with me at game night on Monday nights. But that's all. Once again, thank you guys so much. We will see you in the Wilds Unknown.